Some other folks who might be following me over on Drive Tribe may know that in addition to our German cars and Italian cars, we also have a Toyota Sequoia 4x4. Great car, it's my wife's daily driver. And Sequoias have a problem with the brakes. The brake light pops up on the dash randomly. Well, why would it do that? There's two reasons. First, not enough brake fluid in here will set off one sensor and cause you to wonder, oh, what is going on? Is there a problem? Yeah, there is. Add brake fluid. And you want to make sure that, do it after you have pressed the brakes a few times. It's always helpful to make sure your brake system is actually properly bled. You have brake pads that are not completely worn down. These will all trigger the light as well. But one of the other common problems is the little float inside here that is the level meter gets dirty. So it's just a simple matter of pulling it and cleaning it. That means you got to empty out the fluid here, pull it out, clean it, pop it back in there, and then put fresh fluid in there. So we're going to take a turkey baster, empty out the fluid, clean it, and then pop in some fresh fluid. There's a messier way to do it, which is just pop the sensor out, let fluid go everywhere. I don't recommend that. Now, I don't want to get brake fluid all over the place, so just a simple contraption. Taking a bottle that I'm going to be emptying it into, stuck a funnel in it, put a shop towel here, and I'm going to use my turkey baster to empty the brake reservoir before I pull this out of the way. And it will drip a little bit, but I'm just going to do that, and that will hopefully take me too long. Now, there are fluid transfer pumps you could use, and I'll probably make very quick work of this, but this is something that, you can go pick up for 79 cents at your local grocery store. So it's definitely shade tree mechanic way of clearing out brake fluid from your reservoir. I'm just keeping an eye on the level here. I want to make sure that it's getting down to where I need it to be, so I can pull this sensor out without spilling it all over my engine compartment. And we're down to just about the last little dribbles of fluid that's in there. Now, I don't want to pull off the reservoir because I don't want to have to re-bleed the brakes right at this moment. I will need to do that very soon, but as I'm going to be changing the brake pad soon, I don't want to have to repeat my work. So, right here on the side, that is the sensor that we're concerned about. It gets dirty, there's a little float. So we're just going to yank that, clean it out. I do see there's some brake fluid up here in the front of the reservoir, so I'm going to try to get that out before I yank this and drip any of this out. That's what I'm aiming for. Just a little bit more out of there. Make sure you don't get brake fluid on your paint because it will do very bad things. Yank the sensor. Take some electrical contact cleaner, just spray it down, plug it back in. It is pretty dirty, so obviously there's a lot of road dirt that gets in here. It gets all the way inside the connector. It gets on the contacts. I can see it on the contacts. So we're going to clean that and then add some new fluid, and we should be good to go with that. No more weird brake light. So a little electronic cleaner. Just gonna spray it. Clean the connector, clean the female side here. It's a lot like brake cleaner. It does a really good job, and it won't hurt the plastics. It will leave a small lubricating film on the sensor to make sure that it doesn't get gunked up again. Alright, so cleaned the connector, plugged it back in. Gonna go ahead and add some brake fluid back to the system. Then I'm gonna turn on the car, pump the brakes, make sure that it's all happy in there. Alright, we're gonna get it up to the max level to start with. Well, of course, why wouldn't I get it to the max level? Because when you pump your brakes, it might come out this way, it might go down in. It really depends on whether the master cylinder is a reversing master cylinder, how it actuates. So what I'm going to do here is, as I carefully remove that, not to get brake fluid on my stuff again, also make sure that putting back the pre-filter. Pre-filters back in. I'm gonna leave this towel, shop towel, wrapped around just in case there's any overrun or spillage as I turn on the system and engage brakes. First, I am going to put the cover back on there. Alright, so we've got max level set. Towel around here to catch spill. I'm going to turn it on, vacuum run, pump brakes, and we'll recheck it. System's under vacuum now. Pump the brakes. There might be a little bit of leaks out. Alright, and we should be good. The level has dropped. It's a little bit above the max line. I'm going to drive it a little bit. I would rather have too much than not enough. Have a little bit dribble out outside of the vacuum cap than not have enough. One of the things with the Sequoia, if you actually do go off-road, is when you're at an angle, it might trip that sensor. So if you're ever bouncing around a rough road, your brake light comes on, it's probably because the fluid, you'd have to be at an extreme angle, but it could happen. So there's a little float down there, it moves, and if it triggers, then well, that's going to give you that light on the dash. Hope that was helpful.